We are the home of the NTSU Exec Elections. Fly FM.
There's 22,000 students at this university and you get to decide who makes up our student union exec next year.
It's a very exciting time with the new student union building being built on the city campus, so we caught up with the candidates.
So you said there you want to increase Trent TV's coverage of the matches. Obviously flying platform, we're able to do this as well, but we need support in helping you guys cover it because we have degrees and other stuff going on. How would you help us help you guys cover the matches?
Well, I spoke to James Hayter, who's the head of sports at Trent, and he said there could be potential room for us being provided with our own video cameras. And to get volunteers, say for example for us for lacrosse, when a second team don't have a fixture, one of them could volunteer to video us for us, and they're more aware of how a lacrosse match works as well, so probably be able to get better footage as well. Yeah.
And you want to increase attendance at matches. How are you going to go about doing this?
As in weekly fixtures, or?
You've said in your manifesto that you want to get more people coming along to the matches and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, using Trent TV as well, because I think a lot of people don't realise what sort of standard, say for example, football and rugby and that sort of thing is, and it's actually a really good standard. So to try and get people to down to watch us and watch the kind of ability that people have is actually good. So if we could get people down to them, then yeah.
You said you want to build on the promotion of the varsity. What went wrong with this year's promotion then? Do you think there's something that could be improved on?
Well, I think the promotion material was quite good, but a lot of people kind of ignore social media and that sort of thing, and ignore posters, because every day we're thrown with flyers, thrown with groups and events and that sort of thing. So I want to get things called varsity reps. I want to start. So I have volunteers. They get given a free varsity season ticket if they volunteer, and get them to go and approach students in the street and say, "Hi, have you heard about varsity? Have you heard about this upcoming fixture?" and try and get them involved that way.
How is that going to be different with bombarding them with posters? You're going to bombard them with the person instead?
No, but I think it's an important point to put across, not to try and, if people don't want to be spoken to, then not to do that. But with social media and stuff, it makes it a bit harder to kind of reject stuff because you're just constantly thrown at it. So yeah, try and be more friendly approach. Anything
else that you want to
add? No.
No, brilliant, lovely.
Fly
Thank you very much. Okay, so we'll start with, you want to introduce these qualifications. Who's going to run these qualifications then for students to get involved with?
Obviously, for example, like netball, they have their own association that you have to go to, but at school, like when you're at sixth form and things like that, they would have brought them into your college. Especially, I went to sporting college. I mean, they could bring them into the university, and I think that the university could help subsidise them. I mean, some of the students at the minute are paying £9,000 a year, especially to do with sports courses, and it's not a great outlay on products, sort of compared to some sciences where they use a lot of money. So I mean, they could subsidise, they help get coach and officiating badges, which in turn can help them in the future.
Do you think there is that money to do that in the budget then? Because it's all very tight at the minute and a lot of societies are getting cut back.
I mean, I personally think there is, especially when if you think from a student's point of view. For example, if somebody's paying £9,000 and they come to the university and all they're doing is sat in a classroom reading books, whereas somebody else is doing, for example, a science where you need all equipment, which is costing thousands of pounds. I mean, there's some difference there for the students, and I think it's only right to give them something back.
You want to introduce more sort of inter-halls competitions. Why is that important?
I was in halls myself. I was in Hampden, and I don't love with the people that I was in Halsby, but I still play football with them on a regular basis. I obviously play for Trent football, but I also play for them at the weekend, and it really helped me to settle in at university. It was the first time I'd ever left home. And sort of playing sport, especially inter-camp game, meeting all the people from different halls, it really helped me to settle down, and I think that's a great opportunity for all the people when they first come to university.
What if one hall doesn't get enough people to play and they start to get left out? Are you going to do stuff to keep them involved?
Yeah, for example, the Saturday antics. I sort of would like to do a sports day event towards the end of the year, when it's starting to get nicer weather, to really bring the halls involved. Then you could have males and females competing in the same team, and not necessarily always competitive, but you know, fun, something that they can take away and think, yeah, you know what, I had a great day.
What about getting more people to the matches to watch then? Is that something that you're interested in doing?
It is something I'm interested in. I've sort of been thinking about it a lot, especially when you think about the amount of people that come to watch varsities. You know, it's a great number, but the amount of people that come and watch football on a Wednesday, or you know, netball on a Wednesday, I mean, the numbers aren't really there.
How would you go about doing that then, getting people there?
For example, free buses to the away days, especially, you know, some cup finals. So we played in the final last year and the university didn't put on a bus. And I thought, you know, students would have came to watch. I had a lot of friends wanted to come and watch, but they couldn't afford to travel down themselves. Things like that, they would help solve the problem.
Anything else that you want to add to it?
I feel I understand the effect that sport can have, you know, on a student. For example, like last year I played varsity. I had the chance to score a goal, and you know, it really meant something. It was something that I'll keep in forever and I'll take away from the university. And you know, I just want to give people that opportunity to achieve something like that themselves.
Brilliant, thank you very much.
Fly FM.
I saw on your manifesto that you want to introduce some nutritional advice for students to get involved with. How would this work?
Well, the main idea with this was the fact that a lot of, like, say, the rugby boys, football boys, are taking protein shakes. They don't know what's in them, they don't know what it's doing to them. And obviously the university are quite concerned about it. They don't want people, like, absolutely pumping themselves up and then playing sport, but they're going to injure themselves eventually. And also, on the flip side, a lot of girls actually want to, like, be eating the right thing for their sport. So going into the SU with the new rooms that we'll have, using consultation rooms, whether that could be free, whether it could be subsidised by the uni, I'm not sure of that yet, whether that would be paid like a small amount to go in there, but knowing that what you're eating is right for your sport and what you're doing. And also maybe even for people not involved in sport, Fresh, you could go in and just find out what foods they should be eating for what they're doing, instead of just eating junk food, and we'll end up just with fat people running around uni. It's not going to be like very good. We need to like give that advice and just offer it as a service.
How are you going to promote sport then wider around the university?
I think giving the whole benefits of sport, like one of my main campaign points is to have a campaign with the university to limit the hours on a Wednesday academically, because there's a lot of students that will play sport that can't go to their matches or participate in training, and then on the flip side you've got everybody involved in volunteering, in RAG, trying to raise money and become this all-round graduate, and to give them that time to actually use to become that graduate, because you're paying £9,000 now for your university. Why should you just come out with your degree when actually employers want to see that you've got all these transferable skills?
You want to create more support for home matches for students to come and watch. How's that going to happen?
Yeah, I'd like a major media campaign on it more so, because obviously Trent TV will film some matches but we don't get to see them all. There's photos being taken, really like kind of umph the promotion of the games. And know that online you can go and look, and on a Wednesday, oh, hockey are playing at home, let's just go and watch. While you're sitting in halls, say you've not got any work to do, you're not going out and volunteering and using your time on a Wednesday, why not go and support your teams and getting more box points?
Now you say you want to involve Trent TV a lot more. Obviously we've got Flying Platform as well.
Yeah.
We've all got other commitments and it's a lot of effort to go and do that. How would you support us guys at the media side to go and do that?
To have that? Well, obviously you've got a section devoted to sport. Like personally, I've never seen it. I've seen a few promotion videos, but never at home. But obviously with Clifton, you've got the avenue to be there at matches, filming them, interviewing players, and just really promoting sport a lot more.
Okay, and then alternative socials you've mentioned as well in your manifestos.
Yeah.
What sort of things would this involve?
Just stuff like laser quest, or even just go into pub quizzes together, and preferably not even on a Wednesday. Obviously Ocean's such a massive thing for Trent and it is amazing and you get so much, but doing a lot more.
Lovely, thank you very much. Cheers.
Fly FM.
So you said in your manifesto you want to upgrade the website. What's wrong with how it is now and what would you do to it?
I want to try and get an online booking system involved in there, so instead of having to go to the facilities or ring up, just do it all online on the laptop. Also get match reports and videos of the games, so linking up with Trent TV and Fly FM, or involved in a media person in each committee, so they do match reports and stuff.
You say you want to get the media involved.
Yeah.
We have degrees to do as well, and obviously we'd love to be there at every single game. How would you help us help you guys to record and do all these reports and stuff?
That's what I said about getting someone to do the media on each committee, so they can upgrade all Facebook and Twitter and write the match reports, or get I know with rugby we film our games anyway, so we can get them passed on to the right people.
Yeah, brilliant. Now you want to hire coaches as well. Where would this cost come from?
It's more about getting more coaches from internally, so getting more subsidised coaching qualifications, so that instead of having to hire external coaches, promote what we've got in with the university already.
So it'd be students helping other students with the coaching and stuff. How would that work? How would you pick which student could run what?
It'd also be difficult with your friends and stuff being involved, having to pick teams, but at the minute the captains are picking teams anyway, so it's still the same situations as what would be there already.
Brilliant. Anything else that you want to add?
I don't think so, not at the minute.
No? Brilliant, that's it then. Thank you very much.
Fly FM.
You want to use social networking to encourage people to come watch the matches. That's happened already. How is it going to be different if you run it?
Obviously, I will, through emails and stuff as well through the university, sort of send these out to everybody. But each society has their own sort of Facebook page. So I want to sort of make us this page for all sports, so everyone can link into this, see when people are playing, friends are playing, just so the message around there, so people kind of know, oh, netball's playing this or football's playing today, so they can, if they've got a match in the morning and there's someone in the afternoon, they can get down with there and play. Obviously, it's what every student kind of uses, so I know it's already used, but it's the best way to sort of get the message out there.
You want to integrate Brackenhurst a lot more into it. How are you going to do this? Because it's brought up every year around election time.
From speaking to societies, specifically swimming actually, they had a girl trial at the beginning of the year who's fantastic at the sport but gave up due to travelling issues, which is a great shame because we're losing so much talent over there because they don't want to travel. So what I want is, I know there's a no excuses netball team over there that come over on a Sunday, and the Bucks Rugby Union 5th team is over there. I want to encourage more friendlies, but with sort of Clifton and City students going over there, and then so they come over here. So if we're going over there making the effort, hopefully they're more willing to come over to us and play. So it works vice versa. But I want this on a regular basis, sort of matches, so they're getting the opportunity to play because they're missing out at the moment.
You want to introduce qualifications as well. How would you go about doing that?
Some are offered at the moment for sort of umpiring and coaching, but they're not sort of emphasised, and they're so important, especially for societies. Like, some societies haven't had a coach this year, so people who've done coaching awards, they've got the sort of knowledge to bring in and help the society. But not only is it going to help the society, it's going to help the individual themselves, because in today's day, anything a student can get on their CV is like a bonus. So if you can get coaching qualifications or umpiring, you can also umpire matches on a Wednesday and the uni pays you sort of for a match, so for a student this is also a bonus.
Who's going to run these qualification things then, and where's the money going to come from to pay for those people?
Obviously cost, students might not be willing, but if we get enough people to do, they come from outside, and obviously you find out where they are in the nearest one possible. But if there's enough students, what I'd hope to do is sort of get discounted price or sort of liaise with the uni to see how we can sort of get it cheaper if we get enough students to sort of take part.
Now, you said in your manifesto you want to add another sport to the varsity. Which sport would that be?
I said this, but I haven't got a sport right now. I think this needs to be tackled at the beginning of term, because you need to see where the standard is high, where we could win, where there's people willing to be in the varsity, and I think it needs to be sort of tackled at the beginning of term. I don't think you could put a name on it now, because you could say a sport and they sort of could need more coaching and training before they're ready to enter varsity, so I think that's something you need to tackle sort of beginning of the year.
Anything else that you want to add?
Development squads, just quickly, we brought this in last year, and just from personal experience it was the best thing ever, because if you don't make the team...
I have to stop you there, sorry. Brilliant, thanks so much.
Fly FM.
So let's just start with the termly gym membership that you want to introduce. Why is that? Because you can sort of do full and then you do halfway through the year at the moment. What's the term going to change?
I think at the moment, I mean, I know a lot of people do it and kind of have to do it for the sports clubs, but obviously £99 straight up at the beginning of the year. If people have got bus passes to pay for and accommodation and their fees, I think £100 just to come out straight away is quite a lot. So I think it'd be quite good if you just had, say, I mean, it'd probably work out a little bit more, but instead of having £100 to pay up front, it'd be slightly less and then you pay it termly. I think it would just work. I think it would work quite well.
And you want to extend the opening hours at the gym. How's this going to work? Is there enough money in the budget to get staffing there at the same time?
I think at the moment, I'm not saying open it with an extra 6 hours, open 3 hours more in the morning, 3 hours more in the evening, but I think just a couple more hours, not only will that help kind of some more of the indoor sports, I think it will help with just kind of facilitating everybody. Like people wanting to go to the gym, if they want to go after training or something like that, if they've got a match in the daytime. I just think it'd help, like just a couple of hours in the evening, especially on like a Sunday. I think it would really help.
You want to introduce some more inter hall sports.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I think just people, if they don't necessarily want to get involved, kind of fully committed all year round, I think this would really help. And socially as well, I think sports is a real thing for getting involved and making friends and things like this. I think would really help.
And you said you want to liaise with the schools as well. Have you spoken to any schools already that would be interested?
Yeah, well, I have actually set it up through dance at the moment. So I've got myself and a couple of the other students go into some of the schools in Clifton and teach once a week. And the lady that liaises with all the primary schools and high schools in Clifton is well on board and is like really excited for this to happen.
Well, that's good to hear that you already sort of started in that already. Would there be any extra costs that would be able to be budgeted in with that as well?
No, not at all. It'd be completely, obviously you have to have the CRB checks and stuff like that, but obviously there is a volunteering scheme set up within the Sports and Lifestyle Department at the moment, so obviously the budget's there for it. It just needs that extra push for it to actually take off and fully work.
Brilliant. Anything else that you want to add?
Just all I'd like to say is that I do think I'll be perfect for this job. I've been president of the sports club for the past 2 years, so I know fully how the Sports and Lifestyle Department works within kind of the student union and the university. I've been on tour, I've been a fresher rep, so I think my experience is really good for this job, and I would really like to do it. I'm really passionate about it.
Brilliant, thank you very much.
Fly FM.
You can vote for the candidates online at trentstudents.org/elections.
Voting opens on the 11th of March at 9 a.m. and closes on the 15th of March at 5 p.m.
We'll be live with the results from Ocean on Saturday, the 16th of March.
Can't decide who to vote for? Go to flyfm.co.uk for candidate podcasts and videos to help you decide. Fly FM, the home of the NTSU Exec Elections.